Hey everybody, clearing. Surprise, I'm doing a late night Divine Masculine check-in. I just feel like that's what I'm being intuitively guided to do. So thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial information coming through. What is it we can see for the Divine Masculines? How are they currently thinking of the connections? Their counterpart? How are they feeling on the heart space about the connections, the status of the connections, what's going on currently, and in their heart of hearts for their Divine Feminine? What can we see for what the Divine Feminines need to be practically aware of? So no sugarcoating, straight up what the feminines need to know about. I saw the King of Swords kind of laughing about the masculines at this time and what's going on. We're going to get some real straight shooting kind of info and some advice for the feminines. So practical, grounded, realistic info coming at ya. Conscious mind for the connections. Wow. They don't want you to know something. Sometimes this is my karmic partner card, but I literally saw this very keen, perceptive, divine feminine, and I heard, I don't want them to know what I'm planning. So divine masculines might be planning something right now. Maybe that got my intuitive juices flowing, but yeah, it looks like they don't want you to know what their plan is for the next cycle of engagement with you feminines. What do the feminines need to keep in mind straight up right now? 10 of Cups in the inverse. This card looks like this 10 of Cups is kind of dashed hopes and dreams. So feminines, don't be wallowing in broken dreams right now. Your masculine is intentionally keeping something off your radar that is a brand new way of interacting. This reminds me of a while ago, let's say a year ago. I remember channeling the divine masculines and saying that they wanted enough time and healing to pass, so it was like you were meeting for the first time again. That's the kind of feeling I'm getting here. Another kind of motion at this time where don't go into the woe is me burdensome things. If you're in this, feminines, come back into center. Love yourself. Get grounded. Do the healing. Don't take things personally. You've got this, feminines. What's the advice? Portals, possibilities, and options. So when you're wallowing, you're not in the aliveness that can access abundance, manifestation, joy. You have to get yourself out of this lower frequency, limited thinking frequency, and remember that if you are having a bad attitude about something, even if, I'm straight up hearing, even if your masculine came back in with some sort of a grand gesture, you would be skeptical, you would not take it seriously, you might dismiss it, you might overly freak out and then not actually have the preparation in place to sustain it. You've got to get yourself into alignment, feminines, with things that are good and right and true so that you can take advantage of the best life has to offer and you can be in abundance. If you rely just on your masculine to bring that abundance in for you, it is flimsy, it's short-lived. You can't access the things that they would like to bring to you if you're not in a frequency match for it. But they are planning something. It's a prosperous new beginning. It's an abundant new beginning. Ace of Pentacles is in the physical too. What can we see for the masculines, how they think of the feminines right now? The Tower and inner progress. They are rapidly seeing angles that they did not see before about what's possible here, about your character, about who you are, about who you are together. They're seeing very deeply how they limited what was possible at certain times, and it's like game changer, revolutionary stuff. I just heard I'm willing to fight for this because this is the real deal. It's like now that their internal awareness has gotten to a certain point in progress, they're seeing things radically different. What do the feminines need to know about this? The Star. You're just dipping into this very mythical spring of aliveness, feminines. It's just the tip of the iceberg. And so don't try and tell the whole story right now. What I'm being taken with is this person, even though the star is up here, they're seeing just the reflection. There's so much more grandness to be had. It is a very introspective feeling I'm getting from that card. And you might be feeling that from your masculine right now. They are going very deep within to look at more progressive, game-changing kind of interpretations for what they think is possible. Something that they were planning might have just recently leveled up to an epiphany level here. Something deeply internal. I actually want to pull more of a clarifier. What is this inner tower for the masculines regarding the progress here? What has become so different? Oh, they might be getting cold feet. Here we've got this love offer, apology, or not so much apology, but love offer, asking for a date, offering their love, whatever this new cycle is. They know there's no going back after they do this, and they're trying to muster the balance needed, the composure in order to do this. So feminines, yeah, you are really meant to be in this kind of open wonder, but stay on the earth, stay grounded right now. But just know that the sky's the limit. I kind of like this for the feminines because there's a kind of unassuming energy here. Even though there is a bit of a temptation to err on the side of caution and downplay things and tell the feminines are telling themselves that maybe all is lost here, that it's not going to come around. That's okay, because feminines are sort of picking up those pieces or beginning. Enough time has passed in the energy for many that there is a beginning to figure out what other magical things could be woven for the feminines' lives. I'm hearing a bunch of you divine feminines saying, no, I'm going to be ready, willing, and able when my masculine comes forward. I can sense it. Fine. But there is a general, it's okay if they don't come forward, and we will make the best of it. Advice for the feminines: form, structure, foundation, cosmology, seal of Metatron. So you're going to be good on your own or with your masculine. There is an entrusted energy here that you will be accountable with this life that you've got regardless, feminines. And so just keep coming back into that grounding. What can we see for the masculine's heart space for the feminine? Strength and friendship. So it's taking a great deal of empowered humility to focus on the friendship here, to really look at this connection in a familiar way. So how they would treat a best friend, a family member, a sister, the respect. They are really seeing how you warrant more respect, loving kindness, heart than any other romantic partner that they've ever had, possibly even beyond family members. That kind of level of deep, deep admiration that transcends just the sensual connection. What do the feminines need to know about this heart space friendliness? Have a lot of self-love right now. You're not meant to be only wishing for this from your masculine. You won't be able to, again, that message about you're not going to be able to feel it from them or know that it's real if you don't already have it within yourself. The irony is, we've heard this a gazillion times on the journey, that if you are finding self-love, union comes in. So you know, if the masculines are coming in, that feminines, it's so close to this embodiment of real love, 1111, as I said that. And so it's not that I'm coming down on you, that you're so far from it and you're never going to get it. It's that you're so close, that these friendly reminders are coming in. The heart is awake. Love, innocence, and reverence. So the heart is awake. This is the grounding of it. It's the embodiment of it. The heart is awake. I'm seeing the love being generated. And so it is happening, and it is coming in. It is en route. What can we see in the heart space? More than friendship and the heartache healing. So the masculines are trying to hold this friendship exterior, but it's grounding, it's healing the heartache. It is this ride or die energy that is deepening. It's deepening to the point of being inseparable for life, I just heard. It's building to the moment of shared knowing that there's no going back, that it's so real. 1, 2, 2, 2, I just saw. Feminines, 10 of Pentacles. This is a really interesting 10 of Pentacles because we've got the nocturnal version, I want to say. There's like this eve of saying goodbye to the old lives. There's a sense of closing the door on the past lives here together that still needs to be acknowledged. I'm getting that there's a little bit, from what I'm reading in this card, which may not be the meaning that was attributed to it in the guidebook, but what I'm picking up on is that there is still some acknowledgement to each other about the things of the past that have influenced this connection, the developmental stages of this connection, and there's a shared releasing of that before this new full-on kind of next level connection can happen. So there's still a processing, feminines. Don't just imagine that it's going to be 0 to 60 when your masculine comes in. There's still a process of life, a shared processing that doesn't seek answers from each other, but it celebrates, acknowledges, reveres, is grateful for all of it. So there's still going to be a review time between the two where there's a consensus found. What can we see for the advice? Emotional transparency, nurturance, and grace. So part of the friendship that's still going to be establishing is this deep, deep emotional transparency that's going to be forged together, and the nurturance and grace that will be anchored for the connections, because there is a rite of passage. When we come together and align, there is a sharing that is so much more intimate than karmic situations have ever been. It will be a together, a motion of together so that it will be 1000% mutual. These are not going to be unions based on wishful thinking, hopeful thinking, carpet sweeping, wishing for the best. None of that. This is going to be mature, consensual on every single level, warranted. And it may not happen overnight. It may be taking it slow. What can we see for the wishes the masculines have at this time? I'm getting that I'm doing a bit of a later night reading because the masculines are spending a little bit of extra time thinking about certain things right now. There's some sort of a grounding, a reality check in the energy I can feel. What are the masculines wishing this at this time? Wow, we've got the Hierophant and this one-on-one love. So we keep seeing the friendship cards in the last few days, but it's deepening beyond that. And this spiritual nudging that the masculines are getting, these downloads about how to keep this love sacred and the sovereignty of each intact as we go forward. They're getting the keys, the balance points. What do the feminines need to know about this? The Sun. Interesting message. So some of the masculines are being told certain things that they need to let go of, is what I'm hearing. It's like some of the expectations when they're keeping up with the Joneses or the rat race, the things that the masculines thought were success by worldly terms, they're having to let go of that right now. And there are sacrifices they're making. Egoic sacrifices, conditioned sacrifices. They're being instructed. Now this, again, it will never be things that ask, when we're getting divine downloads, it's not going to be stuff that asks us to harm ourselves or others. And these sacrifices are not harm per se. The sacrifices that I am getting here are hopes and dreams that would be external, like peer pressure, expectations of friends and family that are kind of more cookie cutter, the way things are supposed to be done, but things that the masculines thought were the indicators of success that simply don't actually confirm more love being present than not. So there's some sort of disillusionment that the masculines are wanting to continue processing because they have deeply wanted the approval of their friends and family. Mostly getting family here. So they're fearing or they're processing right now somehow with these connections letting the family down or weathering what that's going to be like when they say no to the things that the family had otherwise wanted for them, or certain peer groups, or any other associations like religion, or I'm even hearing sexual orientation, or all of the big obstacles that seem to be present in these connections that foster unconditional love. These things are being navigated right now. So I'm also getting that that's why I'm doing a little bit of this late night reading or later on, is because there seems to be something in the energy where the masculines are meditating on this stuff. What is the advice, feminines? Entrance, death, rebirth, and passage, gate of returning. It's in the inverse. So this is what is keeping your masculine from coming forward right now. They're dotting the I's, crossing the T's, really getting right with God, so to speak, on these particular things that once they come forward, they won't be an issue. They're doing their due diligence prior to coming forward so that they can come forward unburdened by those things and choose love, is what I'm hearing. What can we see for the actions the masculines are taking? So 9 of Pentacles, they're really looking at these codependent templates that they're clearing right now, where they care overly what others think, that cause them to have a competition for their heart, being torn in 2 directions. They're really putting down their defensiveness and giving themselves a heart-centered pep talk that they will regret not coming forward to this love, more so than if they adhere to the things that friends and family would expect, or the codependency. So they're really being honest with themselves that whatever this risk is that they would need to take to come forward is less of a risk than not coming forward. Feminines, what do you need to know? Put your spidey senses into letting go of the anxiety that you're not going to be chosen, and send support and love, and not even, specific ways. You can just say you've got this to your masculine. But balance out so you're not in anxiety. So at very least, there is peace and unconditional love on your side of it. So for some more new to the journey, don't make this about you. This message is a fairly advanced message, though, as far as messages on the twin flame journey. This is like a coming forward once and for all kind of thing. So I wouldn't imagine that there are too many that are overly struggling with this, but feminines, just stay in your high frequency right now, because it's actually helping as that home beacon. Crystal capacitor, storage, time release, and focused force. So I'm just hearing this has always been in the cards. It's always been destined to happen at this time on the planet, that we're starting to have these next level true love connections available to us. What can we see for the biggest challenge for the masculines right now? Surrendering. And masculines are really knowing that the shoes are not too big, but that it's getting down to their heart's wire to come forward. They are surrendering to this, and they are getting ready to step into the divine masculine shoes here. So that's the challenge for them, is that they're still processing these final things to really stand up in these positions and honor the divine feminines in their life. Seeing gladiators standing in the ring, having won the karmic battle, having achieved success, having waged the war, and getting ready to be acknowledged, to acknowledge themselves. This is the challenge. Feminines, what do you need to know? 3 of Cups. Be that friend. Know that they're going through it, that the masculines are having to throw off a lot of the expectations of the world to choose love. That is not something that the masculines have been conditioned to do. That is counterintuitive. They've been conditioned to be enslaved, to have duty, to buck it up, to do what's right, all of that stuff, to not have their turn, and to put everybody else first. So feminines, have compassion right now. What is the advice? Let it unfold naturally. Spiral of life, movement, opening, unfolding. Open your heart and prepare to receive your masculine, I just heard. What is the solution? Rest in the world. So masculines watching this, continue to rest, be still and know. Just know that all of the old things are falling away as you sort out and balance out and know your truth more and more, as the truth of this love, of this opportunity, of this blessing, of this abundance coming for you continues to ground further. The worldly things will kind of fade like a radio station off into the distance. You are overcoming the things of the world right now, and you're not abandoning your loved ones in that process. That's not what happens here. This is you rising higher, and that gives everyone else permission to do the same. So don't look at it as a rejection. Look at it as a rejection of the things that have come before masculines. Look at it as a evolutionary expansion, that this is the natural result of all of that foundational experience you've had, all of the blessing, all of the love that you've had with your friends and family. This is propelling us all into an increase of love quotient and abundance. Seven of Pentacles. So, feminines. Yeah, you are sitting there and in waiting energy. This is a slightly negative thing as well. So we've got a few cards here, more than half of them, that have been a little bit pessimistic, a little bit over it, a little bit impatient. Feminines, there's never been a more appropriate time to really have the right attitudes and be that light. It's your time to shine right now in the darkest hour, I just heard. Darkest before the dawn. Auric cleansing, replenishment, renewal, restoration. Take your energy back. I always think of this card, these are energy ports in our aura. So if you're leaking energy and going into lower vibrational exhaustion, or your mood's dropping, seal that. Don't give your power away. Take care, self-care, be kind to yourself, rest, salt baths, candles, nourishing food, exercise, fresh air, whatever you do that's going to balance you back out, dance. I'm feeling it's a very yin, very calm, very quiet receptivity right now. So just allow all of that lower vibrational stuff to be released from you. Breathe it in, feminines, and then exhale it, purified and renewed. And transmute right now, feminines. Ground, clear, shield. What is the direction in the near future? Truth is coming forward. Six of Swords, that internal process or progress. So the masculine's already got the Six of Swords about the Tower, these new motions, these paradigm shifts, their aha moments that are coming through. They've never been more sure they want to offer this love, but it's also just a little bit premature to be offering it. And so masculines are really just anchoring in the truth of this. I'm seeing those waves of recognition that they are really living this incredible fairy tale, that they really are the recipients of a love like this, that they really are believing what's going on here, that it really is justified and warranted, and a very extraordinary experience for us all to be having. This is real love, this incredible revelation of love across the planet that we are consciously manifesting in tandem with these sacred partners that are so loved by us, and how much love is being embodied in each of us. This is absolutely, dreams coming true energy. Feminines, what do we have? The Hierophant in this really jovial, keep your connection to higher knowing right now, and follow that high frequency download. Like, ask for that higher guidance that brings it into this really transcendent, bliss-filled interpretation. If you don't know what ecstatic downloads feel like, feminines, get out of the pessimistic view of any of this and forget about your masculine right now and go into meditation, go into source, and ask to be given belly laughter, ask to be shown epiphanies, ask for understanding that sets you free. Ask for that. Ask and you shall be given. If you don't do that already, figure out how to do that. If you just sit there and petition the divine to show you how to see things on such a high frequency level, do it. Whatever it takes, that's what life is about. a lot of times that can be done in ecstatic ways, dance, speaking in light languages, going into gratitude, whatever it may be. That's like worship. That is a profound appreciation of existence is worship energy. When you go into that, when you actually seek that frequency, you will know how good, how much better than good this journey is, how blessed you are. If you've woken up to this journey, don't for a second believe that you are totally unawakened. If you desire real love, you're already so far ahead of the game. If you believe it's possible, you are leaps and bounds in the right direction. What is the advice? Joy, playfulness, and pleasure. Snap out of lower vibrational things. You're not doing anybody any favors by downplaying your right to joy, your moving towards joy. Can you imagine if everyone on the planet set their focus to go towards joy right now? Everybody that had the faculties to do that just said, what would the most joyful thing be? The whole world would explode in an uproar of laughter and freedom. And everybody would want everybody else to experience the same, and it would happen like floop. So don't hold back. When you can generate that much aliveness, life force energy, you're naturally more generous, you naturally contribute, you naturally assist. It flows freely through you in every way you possibly can, right where you are. And so, yeah, this is the generation of aliveness coming back to the planet. It is a natural process. We have to regenerate, and this is how it's running through us as specialists in romantic relationship. Let's get one card to close this. Okay, we got two. True North and From the Ashes. True North, calm your mind and listen to your body. Follow the compass of your heart. Trust in the benevolent universe. Let your spirit navigate. Authenticity cultivates clarity and ease. And From the Ashes, release outgrown ideas. Look for new opportunities. Challenges make you stronger. Trust in a beneficial outcome. Anticipate breakthroughs and heal old stories. It's getting so close to changing up for the better, everybody. I can feel it. It's like it's going to be better than we all imagine, and we're all doing it together. We are designing this in real time. Look at us go, just coming together in numbers across the internet and thinking about love and progress this way every single day. Do you know what we're doing, everyone? It's stunning. Okay, many blessings. Get some sleep. You're gonna need it.